of the Imitation of Christ by Thomas A. Kempis. Book 3 of Interior Consolation. Chapter 46 of Having Confidence in God when Taunts arise against us. Son, stand firm and trust in me. For what are words but words? They fly through the air, but hurt not a stone. If thou art guilty, consider that thou wouldest gladly amend thyself. If thou knew nothing against thyself, think that thou wouldest be glad to bear this for God. It is not enough that thou shouldest sometimes put up even with words, if thou hast not as yet the courage to endure hard stripes. And why do such small things go to thy heart? But because thou art yet carnal, and regardest men more than thou shouldest. For because thou art afraid of being despised, thou art not yet willing to be blamed for thy faults, and seekest the shelter of excuses. But look better into thyself, and thou shalt find that the world is still living in thee, and a vain desire of pleasing men. For when thou shrinkest to be abased and put to confusion for thy defects, it is very certain that thou art not truly humble, not truly dead to the world, nor is the world crucified to thee. But give ear to my word, and thou shalt not heed 10,000 words of men. Behold, if all should be said against thee, which the worst malice of men could invent, what hurt could it do thee, if thou wouldest let it pass altogether by, and not care for it more than a straw? Could it so much as pluck off even one hair from thee? But he who has not his heart within, nor God before his eyes, is easily moved by a word of dispraise. But he who trusts in me, and desires not to stand by his own judgment, will be free from the fear of men. For I am the judge and discerner of all secrets. I know how the thing was done. I know him who did the wrong, and him who suffered it. From me this word went forth, by my permission this took place, that out of many hearts thoughts might be revealed. I shall judge the guilty and the innocent, but by a secret judgment I have desired beforehand to try them both. The testimony of man oftentimes deceives. My judgment is true. It shall stand and not be overthrown. It is hidden for the most part, and to few laid open in everything. Yet it never errs nor can err, though to the eyes of fools it seem not right. To me, therefore, must thou run in every judgment, nor must thou depend upon thine own decision. For the just man will not be troubled, whatever happens to him from God. Even if anything be wrongfully uttered against him, he will not greatly care. Yet neither will he vainly rejoice, if by others he be reasonably excused. For he considers that I am he who search the reins and hearts, who judge not according to the face, nor according to human appearance. For oftentimes that is found blameworthy in mine eyes, which in the judgment of men is esteemed praiseworthy. O Lord God, just judge, strong and patient, who knowest the frailty and perverseness of men, be thou my strength and all my trust, for mine own conscience suffices me not. Thou knowest that which I know not, and therefore in every rebuke I ought to have humbled myself, and borne it with meekness. Pardon me therefore in thy mercy, as often as I have not done thus, and give me again the grace of greater endurance. For better to me is thine abundant mercy for the obtaining of pardon, than the justice which I imagine in myself for the defense of my hidden conscience. Although my conscience accuse me not, yet I cannot herein justify myself. For, setting thy mercy aside, in thy sight no man living shall be justified. And that concludes chapter 46 of Book 3 of the Imitation of Christ.